This is Andy Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by big baby Jarrell Miller here in New York. Jarrell, it's been a minute since I saw you. How are you?
I'm alive, man. You know how this boxing shit be. 1 minute you're gone, next minute you're here.
Next minute you're here indeed. One thing I just said to you there off camera, the respect between you and Andy Ruiz, it was nice to see.
Yeah. You know, I'm always a shit talker, and you know, I'm disrespectful, but in a comical way. But Andy's gonna be a lot harder to do that with because we talk. You know, he's a boy, and it's gonna be fun until we start training camp, and then things get a little more intense. But right now, you know, we're both happy to be here. You know, we're doing a press conference in my home city, but we're fighting in his home city. So I'm going to be fighting more than Andy that night.
Jarrell, talk to me about this fight with Andy Ruiz. What do you expect from this fight? He hasn't been that active, and how key do you think that could be come fight night?
I mean, listen, you seen how rusty I was my fight against Dubois. But the thing about my fight is I had short notice. You know, we have a lot of time to prepare for this fight. You know, I'm super motivated again, and you know, it's going to be fun. I think it's going to come down to who's better conditioning, who's going to be more durable, who's meaner, and who just wants it more. You know.
Before we talk, like away from activity, that is, what challenges does Andy Ruiz pose?
Andy's a veteran too, like myself. You know, he has fast hands. You know, he's pretty durable. You know, he can take good punches well. He gets up every time he gets dropped. It's going to be a fun fight, you know what I mean? But like I said before, one thing with me is he's won a lot of close decisions. I don't win close decisions. I close the show or I knock you the fuck out. You know, Daniel Dubois got lucky because I only got 3 weeks to train for that. But other than that, once I have a full training camp, I win. And that's what the fuck I'm going to do.
I mean, I have to ask you, that Daniel Dubois fight, a lot of people thought that maybe the stoppage was premature.
Definitely premature. The stoppage was premature, last 10 seconds. But like I said, you got to understand. Okay. Now, this is me telling you all the facts around that fight. Not only did I have only 3.5 to 4 weeks training for that fight, we're traveling for press conferences. I didn't sign the fight contract till about 2 weeks before the fight. My own promoter was suing me for $5 million 2 weeks before the fight. On top of that, I didn't get my training expense money to get my camp together until 2 weeks before the fight. There was so much last-minute stuff done around that fight. Like, mentally, I just try to keep myself locked in and focused the best way I can because I'm a professional to get the job done. But when I'm talking about there was so much fuckery that was going on behind the scenes, it was like I mentally clocked out a couple times, and I tried my best to just stay locked in and stay locked in. But in the middle of the fight, once I almost had him out of there, it felt like somebody actually drugged me. You know, and I thought about it, I'm like, why do all the North American guys didn't look good? You know, the Lion from Canada and Deontay Wilder. I'm not making excuses, but all of us guys that came from that side of the pond, we didn't have enough time, I felt, to get acclimated. I asked for 15 days to come out there. They didn't want to give me 15 days to come out and get acclimated. So I got like 11 days. So like I said before, there's so much that went on before that fight that not only was I fighting Daniel Dubois, I'm fighting all the bullshit, I'm fighting the referees, I'm fighting the judges, and I'm fighting the promotion company. Because it's all English. So even though it was Saudi, it was an English promoted card. So like I said before, people got to understand, you got to look at all the things that are going around boxing. And that's kind of like the politics and bullshit that goes on. But like I said, what is done is done. I want the rematch. They don't want no parts of that. But like I said, right now I have Andy in front of me, and that's what I'm focused on, and I have enough time to prepare.
How much of a relief on that note, though, is whether you agree with it or not, there is obviously that L on the record with Dubois, but you're going into a bigger fight with Andy Ruiz now. Yeah. How much of a relief is it that maybe, especially in the heavyweight division, people aren't really taking note of if someone loses, they're out of the picture, they're getting big opportunities still, especially obviously since Turkey, El Sheikh and Saudi Arabia have been involved in the sport?
I mean, I think I think that's because of Turkey. I mean, that's because of Saudi. You know what I mean? You got to send us a lot. Even though it's Turkey, that, you know, Eddie Hearn is the one that's helped putting the card together because he's the one that's licensed, you know, in America. But you got to understand, like, a lot of promoters, once you take one or two losses, they don't want to work with you, or they move on somewhere. You know, Eddie Hearn's infamous for that. There's a lot of fighters, they get one loss. Even if you keep winning, if you're not a fan favorite crowd, Eddie's not going to work with you. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's because of Turkey. Turkey actually loves boxing. You know, peace of mad love to my brother. He loves boxing. So if you at least you go into that fight and you lose, but you put up an effort, you look great, he's gonna bring you back in. Because listen, regardless of how I lost, I sold that event. You know, I ain't going in and lay down for the dude. I sold that event. No, 90% of America didn't even know that AJ and Deontay was fighting until I came out with the presses. You know what I mean? So you can say what you want to say about Big Baby. I do my job. even when they bring me in last minute, I do my job to the fullest capacity that I could. You know, it's only right now that I get a fight to come back and I have enough time to prepare. You know, and Turkey texts me all the time. So he told me, man, get in shape because I want to see you back. So, like I said, praise be to Allah, man. I'm coming back and I'm ready to kill something.
You and AJ had some heated back and forth during that fight week. Is that still a fight which is very much at the forefront of your mind?
Yeah, that's definitely something that's motivating me every day. You know, he looked good against French Ngannou, but like I said, he don't look good against too many boxers lately. You know what I mean? Oton Wally, I think, kind of just got. I don't know. Oton Wally was weird. I thought Oton Wally did better. I don't know if he got starstruck or something. But like I said, when you got a motherfucker that's mean and hungry and wants to come forward, it's a different story.
Some fights on the horizon I'm keen to get your thoughts on. Deontay Wilder, Zhang.
Chinaman gonna knock him out. Chinaman trains in New York. I spar Chinaman. You know, he's a good, durable guy. You know, he's mean, he throws leather. And everybody he fights so far, he's either dropped or hurt. And we all know that Deontay's super chinny. And if he lands that big left on that motherfucker, he gonna get him out of there.
Your old foe, Daniel Dubois and Hrgović.
It's a 50-50 fight in my mind, but I think Hrgović should pull it off better. I just want him to stay focused in the middle rounds and later rounds. Don't get, how I can say, bored or, you know, get out of focus, kind of like how I did in the middle rounds and not being in the moment, you know what I mean? Because Hrgović, you kind of see Hrgović in between fights where he kind of not in the moment. But I'm a Hrgović fan, and I think Hrgović can definitely pull it off. But between talent and skill-wise, I think it's a 50-50 fight.
Final one from me, Jarrell. Fury Usyk, undisputed heavyweight crown.
I think Tyson's going to pull it off, man. You know, Tyson's a good guy. You know, I'm going with more of my feelings and my relationship that I have with guys, you know what I mean? And Tyson's a big guy, but he's a big, fun, lovable guy. He's always been positive with me, so I'm rooting for him, you know?
I'm going to squeeze one more because you mentioned relationships there.
Yeah.
You're working with Eddie Hearn again. What's the relationship like now?
I'm really working with Eddie Hearn. I'm really working with Turkey, you know what I mean? And Eddie Hearn is the, how you call it, he's the side piece. Eddie Hearn is the side piece for Turkey. Hey, you know what I mean? But like I said before, I mean, Eddie and we still got a little bullshit between us, you know what I mean? But, I mean, it's more business now, you know what I mean? I haven't really talked to him lately, but I know I'm going to see him here. But, no, that's what it is. It's business right now.
Jarrell, thank you.
Let's go.